Hi everyone and welcome back. Today I'm putting a bit of pressure on myself because I want to get the majority of this bike finished. I've got a brand new battery coming. I'm just messing with the switch. Now if you have a multimeter and you go to this setting here with this sign on it, that will tell you if two wires are connected, and you'll know because you'll get a beep when you touch to listen to this. I'm filming and doing it with one hand. Yeah, come on. Okay. So at the moment, the key is not turned on, so we shouldn't get that beep when touching the black and red wire. There you go. Right. Oh, right, hang on, am I turned on? Ah, well that would make sense. You won't get the beep with it turned off. There you go. But when you turn it on like we just saw, you'll get that beep, and that means you've got connection. That means this switch is going to... There, look. That means this switch is going to do exactly what we wanted it to do. I have put a bit of glue on it. I know it sounds silly. It sounds not right, but I've put a bit of glue on the back just to kind of double help a little bit, and I've put a bit of glue on the thread. You wouldn't even see it. It's down there by that hole. Just to discourage getting that off. I don't want to make it impossible, but I want to discourage it. You at least can't do it by hand now. And actually finding a big enough spanner to fit that is not easy either, because I had trouble myself. So that's as secure as I can get it, and I think that's fine. So the next step for me is to get this bike doing a bit more, really. So let me get that front panel on. I want to get the little panels on the bottom to see kind of where they fit and how they fit around each other, and how I'm going to secure them down and stuff like that, because I haven't got the locking mechanism piece. Although ideally I would have one for the petrol tank. I might look to see if there is one, but I don't think there is. So it's probably going to be a Velcro job there, where you just put your finger in and pull it up. So remember I said not to put everything down solid, because it's a bit of a puzzle. Look, this one actually goes in here. So you have to get it in there and then clip it in. And then you bolt it back up to the top up here. You'd have to do all that with the light in, and it connected to each other as well. So I'll take the two top bolts out of there just to give me a touch of flexibility before bolting it back down. It's good in a way. It's going to be more stable because it's all connected together. Something's just come to me. Where are the front indicators on this? Because I took them off, didn't I? Did they go down at the bottom down there? Yeah, it must be them holes down there. So, but where would that... Oh yes, they stick out. They stick out at the side at the bottom. That's so weird. Alright, I need to find a set and put them on. Where are the wiring then? Ah, look. One here. And one there. Okay, so actually somehow it makes sense. Cool. There was a bit of a panic for a second there. Right, let me find some indicators. I tend to stock up on them and have little sets kicking about here and there. Let's have a look and see what we've got. We're getting there. We're getting there. Shame about that front mudguard, isn't it? Whatever I do there, I should put on some black, of course, but I'm not sure what the answer is. Possibly what I said, which was trimming, maybe gluing that crack there, and then trimming along and just creating a slightly better looking. If this bike runs and rides and brakes and everything and passes an MOT, I'd really like someone we know to have it. So if anyone knows anyone out there that wants to run around for a year, practice bike, you don't mind. I mean, we're talking £650-ish, guys. Honestly, I'll let someone we know have it. So hopefully it's still available by the time this video goes out, if someone knows. But I've also put it on my Motorcycle Rescuer Facebook page. So if anyone knows anyone who wants a cheap moped to kind of learn on, practice on, and they're not worried about it, this is it. And it's cheap and cheerful. Of course, it has to run, ride, brake, and pass an MOT before I'd let it go. So the front overall here is on. It's all kind of on and clipped together now. That's pretty good. It's a bit of a mad puzzle when you're doing it all. You have to take one off, bend the other, blah blah blah, clip, bolt, screw, and do it all. So where are we now? I need to put a bolt in here on the front end there. There's a clip. And then that's kind of it. And then it's the last few bits and pieces. I've got a battery coming soon for it, so it'll be on the button. I might as well get the key all done. Okay, so I'm not going to go in and out, the ins and outs of the wiring of this bike, but I'm going to say that I think I've made it quite complex to steal this bike. If anyone was going to try and steal this bike, they're not going to easily be able to. Okay, I've overcomplicated the system. And, but keeping in account, you know, in mind that actually if someone wants to steal something, they're going to steal something. It doesn't stop them. But yeah, I think I've overcomplicated the wiring to the point where people will think twice about stealing it. If they tried to, they wouldn't easily be able to get away with stealing it. And that is the truth. The wiring isn't overly accessible and it's not easy to get to. Let's just check the switch. Keys off, nothing. Key on. Check that something's happening. Is anything happening? Nothing's happening. This battery's dead, you see. What is going on? Horn. I think this battery's dead. Oh look, we're not even connected. There you go. Right, on. So off, nothing. On. We got something. We got lights. We got horn. It won't start because it's not enough juice. Wow, look how low it drops. But what we know is that all of the ignition and stuff is good to go there. That is great news. That's very good. Right, that's up too high. That goes under there. Front panel. I'm not sure how we secure the front panel. Oh look, I didn't see there was a clip there. Or was that for the front panel? Oh no, it goes in like that. Okay, I'll put them on. Front panel, mudguard. Look, it's such a shame. I mean, the bike looks rough, guys. It's got, because of what was underneath the whole time, it only looks a bit neater than it was. It looks rough overall. It's going to be a cheap bike, even though I know it's actually painted fairly well and cleared and will have some sustainability. It doesn't look like that. It looks rough and ready. So people will think it's just a rough painted bike, which it kind of is. What's next? Let's get all these middle panels on, because I might have to set up a system for them. It's probably going to be Velcro. I think the top one is just a bolt on. I think that's fine, that stays. And then you have this flip up one here that will just need something holding it down a touch. I do think the bike still looks better overall, being in one kind of normal base colour. But it doesn't look like a higher class bike, we have to be honest, really. I've got some items arrived, including the full exhaust for the YBR. Check these out. These are the rounded side panels for the Triumph with a fitting kit, which I assume is in there. That's for the oil-in frame model to convert it into rounded panels, so they should fit somehow with a bit of fettling. And then we need to work out where we put the switch. Flat air filter. This is what I was talking to you guys about. A4 sheet of air filter. And then if you ever get like a Piaggio leader engine with that funny shape one, and you need to make one, you just make one. See, it's perfect for this look. I'm going to cut it to shape there. I'm going to put 4 big washers in so it's really sandwiched. And I think that'll be the filter. That'll be good, actually. This one keeps popping off. This is just a breather filter. Why it keeps popping off, I'm not sure. I might need to put a tiny dab of glue on it. I've never seen a system like this that uses that, really. I'm not sure how necessary that foam is, but it's there, so we'll leave it. I'll give it a quick wipe. It's a bit oily. Maybe the bike's been on its side at some point. Yeah, that's probably what it's for. So let me find 4 bolts to fit this. They have to be quite flat because the head needs to fit on. And then the air just goes through it, basically. Anything that comes through here just goes through the filter and is filtered. So, Triumph side panels, very exciting. I'm waiting on a pancake filter and the choke switch. Daniel, I have to thank Daniel. Thank you so much. Daniel sent me this. I've never tried this one, never tried it, but I saw some videos online last night. It looks amazing. 2K clear for the YBR exhaust, not the exhaust, the YBR paint. And then of course we're still doing work on the exhaust, the old and the new. New exhaust is coming. Now I've got the plan with the new exhaust. You have a bracket that goes up to the engine, okay? And then you have 2 holes for bolting an exhaust. In the past, one of the sides was on occasion cut out, so you had a big U-shape cut out, so you slid one side on and then you bolted the other. That's going to be the plan here, although this side will still be able to be tightened. So I'm going to cut out the slot and use a big washer to hold this side down, because it's going to have a new thread that I've cut into it. So it may be slightly weaker than original, but it shouldn't be, to be fair. I've done quite a deep drill, so it shouldn't be, but I want it to be able to last a while. And part of that will be securing the rear properly as well. You can't have it hanging as it was. Now the exhaust I've bought says clearly that it's not really meant for this bike. However, if you create some sort of bracket for it, it will work on this bike, okay? So it says that really clearly. So I'm quite happy to... Is there a rear stand on here? So I'm quite happy to go with that. I'm going to have the exhaust, I'm going to line it up, I'm going to strap the rear up, and I'm not going to touch any of the front or bolting until the rear has a way of being secured properly. You know, I think that's very important. So we will see more on this. I'm going to buy some brand new drill bits, because remember the plan is here, right? I'm going to go through and then I'm going to cut new threads, so it'll be similar to here, of course, but you can see it's slightly over to the left, which is why I'll be cutting out the U shape to slide it in. Still bolt it down, still bolt it down. It will work, it will. I've actually done it before and it's fine. What's next? What I'm about to do is, it will be classed as a real bodge job, okay? I've got a line here, you probably can't see it, but I've drawn a line around something that gives me a rough rounded shape, and I'm going to be cutting it using the Dremel. I've done this before. Remember, this won't pass an MOT if it looks sharp. Oh look, oh, I've got paint flake, I'll have to touch that up. Lucky it's underneath. Oh, I must have missed the edges, I'll have to touch them up. So I'm going to be dremeling, cutting along here just to make it look a bit better and a bit more rounded. It's not going to look perfect, I promise you, but it should be kind of okay. Yeah, it's a shame. The more I look at this bike, the more I'm working on it, the more tatty it is, but what can we do? I also need to get under here. The brake light switch isn't working, so I need to work out what's going on there, see if it's fixable at this stage. Yeah, good. It's come out better than I thought. I'll obviously get a bit of sandpaper on that, smooth it out a touch, but I'm happy with that. It's better.